Let's come to an understanding. 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 I said, let's come to an understanding. 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 Let's come to an understanding.
Let's come to an understanding.
And we are live.
And we're back. Welcome to yet another episode of Let's Come to an Understanding Remotes.
Quarantine editions.
Quarantine editions. On the show today, we have yet another guest, another small business owner out of the Toronto area. Happy to have her on. Everybody, please give it up for Cynthia Orr.
Yeah. Standing in front of her business right there, but not out. You made the background, but that's your business. You own it.
Yeah.
You're paying rent in Toronto.
Co-owner of Creeps.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Sorry?
That's very exciting.
He says you pay rent in Toronto. You're contributing to the economy here while everyone's trying to freeload on April 1st and get out of paying their rent. Everyone's trying to stop paying rent.
Cynthia's
Well, I
got
think a lot of businesses are also trying to not pay rent.
Are you trying to not pay rent?
No, I don't know. Our landlord's kind of like, she kind of doesn't really like exist.
yeah.
She's like,
What does that mean? She's a ghost. She's a ghost.
Some landlords are like, you don't pay the rent, and then a letter just comes saying like, hey, I'm going to sue you. That's it. On the third of there's some landlords that on the third of the month, they just send you a notice saying you're going to court. We're going to tribunal now. And that's it. There's no like negotiation.
On the third of the month?
That's what it is for residential. But if you're a commercial business, I think you can do it in the next day. You got to pay that rent if you're commercial.
If I don't pay on the first, if I don't pay you on the first, you're saying by the third, I'm getting a letter?
Yeah. Okay. With residential, I know this, and I because my parents own a ton of real estate, but then I've lived in places where on the third, I remember we had this lady. Her name's Tracy Dang.
Where you've received that letter.
I received that letter. Tracy Dang, very sweet lady, but she taught me. Tracy Dang, she taught me how to do real estate because I would hit the third, and she'd be like, "Hi, Mish. Oh, that's okay. Very good. Whatever." And she'd be all nice to me. And I'd be like, yeah, I'll just pay you like in the evening or whatever. And she's like, oh, that's okay. And she'd still hand me the letter. And be like, but for me, I have to hand you the letter. She was like, you have to give the letter on the third, because if you don't give the letter on the third, every day that you don't,
someone is now a squatter illegally on the property.
If you're renting residential and you decide to squat, right, you can go 3-4 months and they can't really do much about it. If they're on top of their shit, it'll take 3 months to kick you out. If they're on top of it.
Wow.
If they do all the work diligently. If they're not on top of it, then you could go 4, 5, 6 months, no rent. In this country, we have Jack Layton made this thing called the Landlord Tribunal, and it takes care of the residentials, and that's it.
How long is it? In this country?
It's long. Well, I'm saying 3-4 months if you're on top of your shit. But if you're not on top of your shit, then it could take it could take a year. Like if you keep screwing up with your tenant, and then if you let them talk you into like, no, I'll get it in a week or whatever, and then you don't give them the letter for another week.
No, even if you like set a court date and stuff, you have to wait for the court date, and in the time being, they can basically stay there for free.
Yeah, because the tribunal date, it's a month away, always a month and a half away. It could be a month and a half away too. But Cynthia, how is it for commercial? Like if you don't pay, if you tell your landlord like, hey, give me a couple weeks, can you do that, or what's the automatic situation?
I don't know. We don't do that.
You just don't do that.
I think we have like post-dated checks.
Oh, it's already with them. So
okay, so the landlord's already like, you have no force majeure clause.
It's good though, because then we don't have to think about it and like remember to pay rent. It's like another thing.
Automatic payment.
Have to think about.
Who is your landlord though? You said your landlord doesn't really exist.
I love that your landlord doesn't exist.
Your landlord is undead. Do you contact your landlord through a Ouija board? How do you?
I met her once.
How do you see your landlord?
I met her once when
At a
we
seance?
like signed the lease. No, wait, what?
Okay.
No, I met her once, and after that, I haven't seen her.
Yeah, standard.
Okay.
We don't see our guy either. He just sends a guy to mow the lawn.
Other people. Yeah, she's like, oh, this guy will come fix it, or like, she'll be like, don't talk to this lady or whatever. Talk to the guy next door or whatever.
Wow.
Don't talk to this lady. Wait, hold on. Why can't you talk to this lady? Who is this lady, and why can't you talk to her?
No, she said talk to her. Like, don't talk to me. Basically. Yeah.
So okay,
Oh,
She's
don't
very
talk to
sensitive.
me. Talk to this lady.
is this
Yeah.
because it's a family-owned building, or is it because it's like such a big corporation that they're like, okay, well, you have to go to this department now and go to that department, or is it like a more of a family
She
situation?
just owns a bunch of properties and she doesn't care.
Yeah.
I
It
think-
could be
I
her.
think-
It
I
could be
think
Tracy
it's-
Dang. It could be Tracy Dang.
I think it's Tracy Dang. It sounds like Tracy
It could
Dang.
be Tracy Dang.
She's Chinese.
Yeah. No, I used to live there too. Tracy Dang owned half of
You used to
my
live
block.
where to? You used to live
Dang
where
sounds
to?
Vietnamese.
Dang
Dang
does sound like a
sounds
Vietnamese. Yeah,
Oh,
Dang,
no,
Dang
she was-
to me
she's-
does sound like a Vietnamese name.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe. But I was actually on Pembroke. I was on Pembroke, so it's a little east of there, but still, it's like she owned a block there. You know,
Tracy
and
Dang.
Tracy Dang.
Well, there's a big Vietnamese presence in Toronto's Chinatown. You know, that's something that people don't really talk about enough. And you know,
And they
I like
speak
to bring it up.
Cantonese. They speak Cantonese, a lot of people.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of Vietnamese people speak Cantonese in
Mhm.
Chinatown.
Yeah, it's cool. So I can talk to them.
So Cynthia is kind of in
Oh.
an interesting place because I don't know if you've known for people outside of Toronto, there's been a lot of movement, you know, to keep Chinatown from getting you know, all condoed up and the face of the neighborhood getting kind of taken away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Cynthia and her sister, who owns the business with her, they are Chinese Canadians of the younger generation coming in, adding, you know, new life, new blood to Chinatown. Any comments? No comments on that?
That's great. That's exciting.
You don't see yourself carrying on a legacy?
Hey, it's a pretty baller move to put your own
I feel
story in
like-
the background.
I feel like a lot of like older people in Chinatown like really fuck with us because they're just like, they're like, oh, you guys are Chinese. It's like
Chinese
like,
people
we-
like
we
Chinese
used to be,
people.
We used to be in the. I mean, yeah, I guess there's a sense of community, but
You know,
used to
you
be in
love
the
to see
Chinatown
it.
Center. It was funny because you told me to watch Cheyenne's episode and to see what to expect, and I was like, okay, so I expect to be like talked over and interrupted many times.
I told him that last time. No, Cynthia, honestly, after the recording, I told him, I was like, we got to watch it. We're talking over her a lot. And he was like, no, we're good. We're good. We had to get our jokes in.
Of course he said that.
You're right.
Of course
He
he
Drew
said
says this last time. I'm like, dude, we talked over her quite a bit. And he was like, no, we had to get our jokes in. Nope. No, we're good.
Yeah,
But I'm
hold on.
glad.
I'm
glad
going to
it's
stop you
fair.
right there. The only reason I'm not speaking over you right now is because of audio concerns. I'm going to be 100%, you know, full disclosure. I'm sitting on a lot of jokes right now, though. So as soon as I get a word in edgewise, better believe I'm going to be coming with some hot fire.
He's bringing the
But
jokes.
yeah,
though.
you guys used to be in Chinatown Mall, the Chinatown Mall,
Yeah, Chinatown Center. Not
moving
Dragon
on
City,
up.
the other one. And
not
it
Dragon
was,
City.
It was on the second floor in the very back left, like in the corner, small little place, like super
Wow.
tiny, a little box. You could,
Yeah.
if you walked in there, you would like knock shit down if you like turned around because we like put a lot of stuff in it. But yeah, so we used to be there. So like when we were there, everyone in the Chinatown Center was like super like excited that we were like bringing people into the Chinatown Center because like
Yeah.
I guess it was like it's kind of, I don't know, the management's really weird there.
Oh,
and,
they're
like-
80 probably. They're all old probably, and they're like, the business is not like it used to be. But it's like, man, you got to renovate. You know, you got to be like.
The director guy just came in one day and he was just like, oh yeah, if you guys want to do like a fashion show, like, you know, don't tell the other like people, but like we'll do it for you guys for free. You guys can do it downstairs. And I was like, I don't want to do a fashion show. I'm just like, how would we do a night market? Like that would be sick.
Yeah, that
Like
was
where we actually have vendors that do food and like I don't know, other local people who like do shit. Like
Yeah.
and they have
There's
the huge
actually-
area out front, right, where they do Tai Chi. Like that would be so sick. Just bring
Yeah.
some-
Actually,
night,
Cynthia,
like-
there is a movie about a shopping mall that does a night market. It's called Paul Blart Mall Cop. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's actually
Where's it from?
it's starring Kevin James, also known as the King of Queens, and it is from the United States of America.
Do they do a night party? Did they do a
I think
night
it's
mall
like-
party?
Have you been to like an Asian night market? It's like no,
I
yeah,
have.
true,
I've
you
been to
have.
one with
We've
you.
gone together.
We've
yeah.
gone to Asian night markets.
Yeah, like
together.
that kind of vibe, but like in Chinatown.
That's
you know?
hot. That's so India too. India does those. I guess India is Asian.
Yeah, it's so, yeah, it is.
But the-
India is Asian, and never forget it. That's what I always.
Okay. Well, it goes all the way. It goes all the way to Palestine. Apparently, I had no idea. I had no idea. I had
Turkey.
no idea.
Turkey.
It goes all the way to Turkey. I had no idea. I thought Asian was, no. Okay,
Istanbul. Istanbul's the cutoff.
I mean, I guess that's why people say East Asian or South Asian or whatever.
Yeah,
So.
South Asian is brown, and then East Asian is, Okay.
In my house, we say them over there. That's what we say. We're just kind of an all.
Far East.
It's an all-encompassing term.
Yeah.
So
you're saying you're saying that you're from you're Cantonese though?
Mm-hmm.
And that is part of China though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Because I know people that are from like other like Taiwan and stuff, and they're like, we consider ourselves a separate thing, but then from China, they're like, no, you're just part of us.
I think a lot of Cantonese people
province.
think themselves like, but a lot of people in Canton province and Hong Kong specifically, they don't fuck with China like that. They don't bang with the China
No,
stuff.
Canton does. Canton, which is part of China, does, but like Hong Kong, they might not.
Right.
Hong Kong is like.
But they all
I
speak
don't
Cantonese
say
down there.
because it might get clipped. But Hong Kong is a little bit fuck China. You know what I mean? Hong Kong is a little bit of the mind of like China.
Yeah,
But hey! You know what? I want to travel. I want to see that Great Wall. So again,
I don't want to talk shit. But they don't like Xi Jinping.
Saying it. That's just things I've heard that other people might say. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently they don't like Xi Jinping.
Yeah, dude, you need to go to Asia.
I do. You know what? I had a plan for April. I was gonna do a wet market tour. I was gonna go to all the wet markets.
The wet market
across
tour.
China. I was on a wet market tour. And
how come nobody's done a wet market tour yet?
You know, my wet market tour got canceled.
What's a wet market?
Oh, wet market is where these where the virus initiated.
A wet market is where coronavirus is said to have initiated in Wuhan.
Yeah, a wet market though, basically it literally means that it's wet because the animals, they are just, sorry, I have to move locations guys real quick. But a wet market is basically like, it's wet because they just leave the animals in their shit and blood and piss, and like they'll just spray them down every now and then, but it's literally, like I was surprised when I saw that too. I was like, oh, they literally mean wet market, like it's wet.
Well, it's not just wet. It's not just wet because of that. It's like a dry market would be like if you go to buy crackers and rice. And a wet market is like you're buying like a pig.
Yeah, the wet market because animals have blood and that's wet.
Because a cracker doesn't get wet. A pig likes to get a little wet, you know?
Yeah.
A pig likes to wet it up.
Yeah, yeah. There's some things that you have to buy wet.
Get a little.
A dry market sounds like a contradiction.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing there. They're dry.
Yeah, they're dry.
A dry market is where you would buy like spaghetti. You buy spaghetti and crackers.
Yeah.
A wet market, you buy like
the pasta sauce.
Right.
The pasta sauce at the wet market.
Spaghetti and crackers. Why can't it be rice?
You get rice too, but it's just the dry goods.
Dry goods. It's a dry good market versus a wet goods. Yeah.
I'm starting to realize how white Drew is.
That was a joke though, because I did not have a plan to go on a wet market tour of China. That was a joke.
Tour. The wet markets are done, I think. I think they've shut them down.
People are saying that no wet market anymore, pretty much, because we have wet markets in North America. Don't think we don't. We have.
Okay, stop saying wet market.
That's what they're called, wet markets.
Yeah, but we have them in America too.
Doesn't it? A wet market kind of sounds like a place where you go to like, it's like a brothel almost. Doesn't it sound like a brothel? A wet market?
Yeah, it's a brothel for animals.
No, it does not sound like a brothel.
Yeah, it does. It's like it's a wet market. Like, oh, it's so wet over there.
Oh, it's so Drew. Oh, Drew. Come on, doing sex jokes at a time like this. You know everyone's so horny and they can't have sex right now, and you're doing sex jokes. Okay.
Hey, if you can't have sex, if you can't have sex, have a joke. That's what I say. You can't have sex, have a joke. How about that?
We're just getting delirious over the no sex. Like, it's fine. I can take it.
I swear people were getting crazy like the first week in. It's so funny because we have like weeks to go.
We got 2 more months, and then imagine the people who bunkered up together. If they don't get along, ooh, they're in the real trouble. See, we think we wanted to bunker down with someone, but some of those people are screwed. I think we're gonna see, some fallouts, some quarantine fallouts.
Yeah, I think relationships will get better or they will end.
So
yeah,
I saw this. This today. This is actually on point because the Chinese government apparently has put out new stats on the divorce rate in March.
Okay.
Spiked. Oh, it spiked.
Whoa.
It went up a bit. Yeah, the divorce rate in China has had a little bit of a boost because of the quarantine.
See, so not all businesses are suffering. The divorce lawyers are raking it in.
Divorce lawyers in Wuhan are having a field day. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're a divorce lawyer in Wuhan, this is like the best time of the year for you.
If you got some cash and you want to invest it somewhere, put it in that
Post-quarantine.
lawyer market.
But then I read another thing that apparently in China, so I guess it's the same here, right? You have to go through the government to get a divorce. But from the article I was reading in Bloomberg, when you go to the government there, the first time around, you bring it to them, they'll be like, no, give it 3 months. They won't give it to you right away. They look at you, they kind of size you up, they're like, think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, no, they
6 months,
make you
though,
work it out.
they make you work it out.
They give it 3 months, but then you come back at the 6
So
month
brown,
point,
too.
and then they're like, you're for real. Okay, yeah, okay, take it. Take the divorce.
Take it.
But you gotta take a half a year before you get that. Which I mean, I know people who are still waiting on their divorce papers because you need to sign off on the divorce too, right?
Yeah. No,
Like
and even in Canada, it takes a year. It takes a year because of like whatever. Like you have to spend a year. Like they'll start it right away, but it takes 1 year before it's officially divorced.
Before it's finalized.
Yeah, a year. Like that's a government, like an old rule, like from Catholic times, I think.
From what I was reading in the Bloomberg article, it's like it takes about 6 months to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
You know, like you can have the idea, but then for them to start putting the motions in work. But I don't know. Maybe it's 6 months in, and they're just like, okay, you guys have to get. We'll see.
Yeah. No, there's some places that'll straight up slut shame you. They'll straight
If you
up
get
give you
divorced?
slut shaming, and then they'll be like, okay, fine. If you really want to do it, do it. But they'll diss you.
Amish, I've still been slut shaming you since you broke up with your last girlfriend. I haven't stopped slut shaming you.
I know, and that's very rude.
I said, you know what? You lied to not her. You lied to everybody because you made it seem like you were gonna settle down, start a family.
Yep.
And you're just trying to be out here swinging your dick around.
Free country.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, why are you putting him on blast like that?
I know, right? Like this guy's been...
like just exposing him.
Drew is like
Cynthia, we're not
really
here to
is the
expose
enemy.
anybody. Cynthia, we're getting sidetracked. We're here to talk about your business, though. I apologize.
We do got to talk about stat.
You know, sometimes I try to talk about creeps world. Sometimes I try to talk about creeps worldwide, and Amish's penis just comes up. And that's just how I get to where I'm going.
That's how he always brings it up. He likes to bring it up, and that's fine. I'm fine with it.
Regular listeners of the show know this.
Creeps. Go to Creeps.
Yeah.
Now.
Creeps.
What a great name for a store. How'd you come up with the name? And who's the market?
My sister came up with it. It was like the idea is like everyone's sort of a creep because of the internet.
Okay, because I was gonna say that like they're like the creeps of the world. This is a shout out to them. They appreciate this. You guys are the brand for the creeps. The self-proclaimed creeps. The people that are like, yeah, I'm doing it. I don't give a shit. They got to be buying their clothes from you guys, right? They got their unlocked. And then other people are wearing it.
Cynthia, you guys must get a lot of like creepy DMs to your Instagram account, no?
No, a lot of people asking to be sponsored though.
There's no guys being like, I love your hair. Could you send me some? There's none of that?
There was one, but generally people understand that we're a store and not a person. But sometimes people do think, they're like, oh my God, you're so hot. We're like, what? This is not any of us. Like, this is a model. Like,
no. But it's like they understand that you're a store, not a person. But at that store, maybe you sell human hair that they could,
Yeah. Well, it's called creeps. They're thinking maybe they can get some creep supplies, like some used panties, some hair, stuff like that. They don't know that like this is a store where girls are making fun of a creep for being a creep. I'm not saying that you're making fun of, but it's almost it almost. Tell me if I'm wrong on this. But it's almost like you know how like Michael Jackson has a song called Bad, right? It's like good, but like bad is good, whatever. It's like if you're a hot girl and you're getting creeped on, you hate it, but then when you get together and you're like, let's do a thing called creeps, and then it'll be like it's like ironically like you're dissing them because you're getting creeped on, but you're not into it. But they're
also the customer. They're also the customer, and they're trying to buy use like.
I'm not sure if it's that deep.
Hygiene products and stuff from you,
I'm not sure if it's that deep, but like, you know what? It's open to interpretation. The fact that it doesn't really like make sense is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I know. Wait, hold on. I just thought of a spin-off business for your business. Okay. And this is the perfect thing to do during the Corona pandemic that we're living through. It's called Creeps by Creeps. All right. or it's called For Creeps by Creeps. FCBC. Okay. Bear with me, okay? What it is
I'm like zoning out.
Hold on. It's like you take the idea of Amazon and OnlyFans, and you meld them together, right? So say it's like you have a model, and it's like this was the loofah used by Charlotte the past 3 months on sale for $135 plus shipping, right? And then it's a creep who's been creeping on Charlotte's page on Instagram can now buy her loofah for $135. What do you think?
I don't know, but when we had the TikTok thing where the meet and greet, a lot of girls bought their scrunchies.
A lot of
they
girls
brought
bought
their scrunchies, which was really cute. I thought that was cute.
A lot of girls bought
Amazing.
scrunchies from who?
They brought their scrunchies to give to the guys that they were meeting.
Oh, they brought guys. Like girls brought these guys their scrunchies so that these guys could use them for whatever creepy things. Whatever creepy things you do with the scrunchie.
That's so cute. So then Cynthia,
So
would you say that your market is like, how old is your market? Does it skew male, female?
No, we sell guys stuff too.
Sick.
But what does it skew? Like who's your like? If you were to give us like an idea of like who your like average customer was, who would that be?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like we have different demographics, and that's kind of like why, I don't know. I like that about us. Like, we're very different age groups. We have people that are like really young, and then people that are a lot older. We have like sometimes like really old people, like I don't know, like moms and shit.
Okay.
You ever have old men? You ever have old men coming in trying to buy like a loofah that was used?
So, no. Like sometimes
Yeah, like,
there's like
you ever
old,
get that?
old men
You ever get a
coming in,
creep?
like just buying random shit. Sometimes we have a lot of crackheads who come in
Okay.
to the store. So crackheads
we use the term. We use the
they don't
term.
generally buy anything. So
We use the term people who struggle with substance abuse, and we're supportive of them, of them getting help, not of the substance abuse. We're supportive of them.
Hey man, when you own a
supportive of
business,
them.
they're just a bunch of filthy crackheads, and they got to get the hell out. You know what I'm saying?
So when they're just scaring
These
the
vagrants.
staff, they're scaring the staff and everyone inside. It's an
I know.
issue.
Well,
It's
what's
just
been the scariest? What's been the scariest customer experience you've had? What's the scariest retail experience you've had at the store?
I can tell you a funny one. So there was this guy who came in. He was a like really big guy, and he was wearing this like, he was wearing really strange clothes. But
what are we talking? 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds?
Yeah, 300 pounds, 300 pounds. He
Okay.
comes in. He has this like bag of like this plastic bag full of like gold jewelry, and he like, I think he had like stolen something before, like some gold jewelry from us, and he had just a bag of gold jewelry. Like he was kind of like a pirate or something. And then he like comes up to the counter and he's like, "This is for you." Takes out a Mickey of like Jack Daniels, and we're like, no. And he pours out his bag of jewelry, and like a crack pipe falls out, and we're just like, oh my god, like how do we get him to leave? And he was just basically looking at things, pretending to shop. And I was like, okay, well, if you don't have money, you can't stay here.
Yeah.
Like, if you have
So what
money,
I'm learning is that your business is very intersectional and welcoming of all types of people. That's what I'm hearing right now, is that you're pretty much like social work as well as a business.
What? How
Okay,
did
we
you
lost her.
Oh, sorry. I just low battery. Should I plug it in? I'm gonna flip it this way.
You probably would want to.
So I just basically I was like, okay, so if you don't have any money, you gotta leave in 10 seconds. Okay, started counting down from like 10, 9, 8, and it starts like
Classic move, because it just makes you go like, oh, better get out of here. You don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, because like it's like they're not like it's. I feel like you just have to treat a lot of like crackheads like kids, because I feel like you're just like, you know.
Jesus.
So I was just like,
okay.
Hey, we're all children of the Most High God.
Oh my god.
And then like he's just like looking for $10 in his pocket. He's like, I have $10, and he's just like going through all his pockets with his little fingers everywhere.
Oh god.
This isn't that funny, but this is a pretty sad story. I got to be honest. I was hoping it'd be a little bit funny.
No, I sympathize, Cynthia. I'm with you, Cynthia. I grew up in a family business. You can't have these crackheads coming in, and that's it. The government needs to pay for that. Okay, you can't ever. It's not a social work.
The government needs to
pay
pay
them.
for
What if he knocks something over? He breaks something? Then you got to pay for it. pisses off your customers?
Yeah, they steal our
hell are you
stuff.
talking
they
This
about?
guy, this guy sounds like he had BO heavy, right? How heavy
I
was the
feel like
BO?
Drew. I feel like you've never worked customer service on
Yeah,
Queen Street or
Drew's-
Spadina. Like
Drew's-
it's a daily struggle for everybody.
I've worked customer service in Parkdale. What do you mean? I have a
Well, I
great
don't-
idea.
Drew's a hippie, man. He's a lefty with this like degree in like social work. So it's always like, oh, but what about the crackhead? It's like, hey, dude.
I have a degree in labor studies. No,
You're like
I've
that
had.
mom or you're like that lady that shames moms for like yelling at their kids but never had a kid before and don't know how it feels.
Ooh, don't say it.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, that's you, Drew. That's you. You're
No, it's more the fact
Like, I'm
of,
sorry,
like,
did you deal with crackheads on a daily basis?
Yeah, Drew. Why don't you deal with
They
this?
steal-
Then you can
Have
talk
they
about
stolen
like,
hundreds of dollars worth of stuff from you? Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Listen,
And then Drew's gonna be the first one to be
Cynthia.
like, sorry, we did the bathrooms for
and
customers.
we see
only."
them.
Yeah.
We'll see
Cynthia.
the same guy like wearing their shirt, and we're like, okay, well, can't do anything about it. Like,
honestly, I would chalk that up to free advertising. But what I would like to say first and foremost, okay, what I like to say first and foremost is I used to sell pizza. I used to work in pizza. Okay, I don't know if anyone who listens to the show knows that. I was a big fixture in the industry. I was a pizzaiolo, actually. That's the name of my job title. I was a pizzaiolo in Parkdale, which for those again,
that's the name of a pizza thing.
That's the name of pizza place. That means like oil in the pizza.
but no, pizzaiolo. You can look it up. A pizzaiolo.
I
is the
remember
type of
that place.
person-
You would always try to get me to stay there the whole time. By
I would
getting
give,
saying you
I
would give me
would
food,
give
but then
you-
waiting for the end
I'd
of
give
your
you
shift
pizza.
to make it.
Cynthia, this guy had a job for 2 weeks, and he's like, "Can you stay with me, please? It's too hard." Cynthia, stay with
He's
me.
like, oh yeah, I'll make it in a sec. I'll make it in a
No,
sec.
I worked
yeah,
there for a
got it.
year.
Yeah.
Hold on. Anyway, I worked there for a year, and in Parkdale, it's near a lot of shelters. So there would be people coming in with like mental health issues, drug
Okay.
addiction issues.
Okay, and you
Okay.
All
gave them
that.
free.
And you give him free
No,
pizza.
I charged them. I would charge them for their pizza, but I would, and
So
have
they had-
conversations.
They had money.
I'd engage with them.
You wouldn't
Okay,
get.
because they can probably afford a pizza, but like they can't afford a $200 jacket, so they're just gonna steal it. Like that's the difference.
That's the difference, Drew.
Well,
Also,
hey,
you don't
I'm
own the
not-
business, Drew.
I'm not-
You're just working
I'm
at a
not
pizza
endorsing-
only.
I'm
You're
not
just working over
endorsing.
at-
I'm not endorsing thefts. I'm not endorsing theft.
You just worked there, Drew. You wanted to hang out with Cynthia. Cynthia left. You're like, can you talk to me? You wanted
Whoa,
that for you.
What did this?
You
did
just
this
want to
go
hang
to-
out and talk to people while you're at work.
Hold on a second.
Hey, don't
This-
say like
this-
I'm so good to the crackheads. I was so good to the crackhead. Ask
First
the
of
whole
all, I
crackhead
wouldn't
community. always
say that
put it-
because I don't use.
Oh,
I don't
you're
use the word-
lonely.
I don't use the term crackhead. Okay.
You're
By the way,
lonely. Say you're lonely,
I
dude.
don't use the term crackhead. Second of all, what is this? The fucking Better Business Bureau? Fuck you and fuck you. All right. You guys have to start looking out for the average citizen, and you're just out here trying to make money. I'm just trying to get paid.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think the crackheads care.
I don't care if this guy dies in the. I don't care if this guy dies in the street in front of my store. What is this? What is this? Milton
said that?
Friedman over here. Milton Friedman over here. Get out of here with this fucking trickle down economics.
Hey man, we're
nonsense.
first generation immigrants trying to run a business. That's all. That's all. Trying to make up some money. And
Should we
get
talk
us-
about coronavirus?
We can talk about Corona.
Well, we have been talking about it,
Business.
here and there.
Shut
Um,
To our
down.
ways.
My family business is closed too. Family business closed. I had to pay my rent. I paid it.
What's your family business?
They own a catering company,
Okay, yeah.
so they're
All
done.
big events are. My cousin had a wedding in May, and she's canceling it, obviously.
Oh.
But
Why
like,
did things
wedding
not work out with the
people-
groom? What happened? Are her and the groom not talking anymore? They broke up. What?
Corona, dude.
no, Gil, what are you saying?
Hey, Cynthia, I
Again,
was supposed to go to the
This
Canadian
is a
Screen
this is
Awards.
a
I
this
got
is a
nominated-
comedy. This is a comedy podcast. We make jokes. We're making jokes.
Cynthia, I got nominated for Canadian Screen Award. That's canceled too. Can you believe it? Canceled.
Well, the NBA is also canceled, so.
Well, I got to be honest. If you guys keep talking about quote unquote crackheads, I think you will also be canceled very shortly with this kind of rhetoric.
Crackhead?
Oh, you're
You
canceled
guys
by
being
the
like,
crackheads?
I'm trying to run a business here. I can't have these crackheads coming through, trying to tear up the place. Crackheads. Oh my God. Anyhow.
Hey, that's
Neither
so
here
what
nor
you call
there.
them. I mean, when you're on this side of it, that's it.
When you're on this side of it.
That's it. When you got to get that money. But yeah, no, business is closed. Business is closed. We are like, what are we gonna do, Cynthia? What's your plan? Are you feeling the pinch, or is there a lot of online business for you?
I'm not worried because we we save a lot. We're just like, we save. We just
Wow.
save.
You
So
got a
Asian.
slush fund. You
So
got a
So I
slush
don't
fund?
feel like obviously we have money that we want to save for growing our business, but like I guess we're just set back a bit now, which is fine. But like we also
You're trying
have
to maintain.
online sales. Yeah, we have
Online
online
sales.
sales.
But then
And,
I saw
like,
your
our
Instagram
rent
today.
is actually not as bad as most people's rents. Like I've heard from other people's parents' businesses and stuff like that. Like it's pretty terrible. Like they could literally, their whole business could go down just from paying rent, right?
Yeah.
So we're not in one of those situations. So I'm like really thankful for that. But yeah, other than that, we're just doing online sales. And I feel like a lot of people are bored at home and they just want to, I've been buying so much stuff online.
How have online sales been? How have
Wow.
online
I've been
sales
eating a lot of
been?
chocolate. I've been eating a lot of chocolate.
But like
Are you ordering it online?
ordering like I ordered like new color contacts.
Sick. Are you wearing them? No.
Yeah, I am, but you
Oh,
can't see
wow.
them. They're like very subtle. They're only for like in the sun, which
But
I
I
like.
don't know if
I
our
haven't seen you
listeners know
realize it.
this. I don't know if our listeners know this, but Amish actually eats one Kinder Egg a day, and then he
Kinder
donates. He donates the surprise to charity.
This is my contribution to the community.
This
Is
is what
this
he
a
does.
fact or did you just make that up?
Because
He
I
just
know,
made
because
them
I know that right now Misha's coming across like a cold hard capitalist. All right, I didn't know this was the man that I was doing a show with, who is ready to see the poor die in the streets. However, he does at the same time eat one Kinder Egg a day, right? Which
But-
I mean,
but-
I don't know.
But what
That's
happens with the toy? What happens with the toy, Drew?
He gives it. He goes down to the Salvation Army and he says, "Take this," and he throws it.
But does he build it first, or does he build it
He
first
builds
and then
it. He builds it.
Yeah.
Well, Amish still has a little bit of whimsy. You know what
I don't
mean?
want them to learn responsibility building the toy. I want them to stay lazy and
you
poor.
have the fun?
Yeah. He doesn't trust them to build it. He doesn't
I don't
trust them
trust
to
them.
build it on his own.
They're
he
not
goes
going to figure it out.
And he throws it at the cashier at the Salvation Army. He says,
The
"Give this to
joy is
a
in the
pauper."
building, to be honest. Once I build it, I'm done with it. I say, I go there, I say, here, you take it. I don't need this.
Okay. On another note, I was on TikTok. I was looking at coronavirus stuff in France because I can understand some French, so just seeing what's up there. And like they have toilet paper jokes too, and I'm just like, what is this worldwide phenomenon? Like, why? I'm like, I thought it was just like North America, but apparently in France they're also
No, because the word got out at the beginning that you got to stock up on TP. I mean, listen, don't tell anyone in my family. I have a 4-pack. I have a 4-pack hidden somewhere in the house. Okay.
Do you just bring your own roll to the washroom and then like?
No. Like we're stocked up. We're stocked up for now. But if things get really dire, I have a 4-pack hidden. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's kind of like that's my equivalent of a shotgun in the wall. Do you know what I mean?
So you'd let a
All right?
crackhead walk all over you, just disrespect your business, slap you around, but you'd step on your family's throat for some toilet paper. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, great. That's fine. I see where your morals are.
Not only would I step on my family's throat, I step on your family's throat and her family's throat too for my toilet paper. Okay.
But a crackhead can come in and just talk. That's fine.
What?
That's fine.
So this is controversial, but I think Drew had COVID, and I think he got it in New York.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
So here's Cynthia Orr coming on the show to fearmonger. Okay, listen.
No, it's not.
Our
I'm
listeners. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. We're very pro worker on the show. And we're very pro proletariat. Okay, so it's good to have this business owner come on here, start fear mongering to juice up her online sales, saying that these decent podcasters who are essentially working pro bono. By the way, there's no money in this. Okay, we're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts. Okay,
Wow.
trying to spread awareness. He's coming on here trying to fear monger, saying don't listen to the show because you'll catch COVID just by listening to the show. Come on. Come on.
That's so ridiculous.
You're taking it too far.
I feel like you should get tested.
Yeah.
The tests are for people who are exhibiting symptoms and are older and things like that. I've actually had.
You can get it ordered to your.
Drew has a terrible immune system, by the way. He's always got something going on. Always.
I've actually been pretty healthy
his
recently.
immune system's better than mine because like I was sick for literally 2 weeks. I was sick for 2 weeks.
And then you came in.
She was actually. I'll expand upon that. From what I remember hearing, is that Cynthia was sick in the warehouse at Creeps, coughing and packing boxes.
Oh my god! Wow.
If I
Actually,
remember correctly.
We were closed a week before the government was like closed because we were
Wow.
just like we weren't feeling it. We were like, yeah, let's play it safe. Because also like we're pretty close with our staff and we didn't really want anybody to get sick, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
nobody's
it's
sick.
also-
I'm the only person who's sick, which makes me think that
That you're
it's not
special.
from the
And you
store.
are special. Yeah, you are
It's not
special.
from the store.
Yeah.
It's from.
Because
I
you're
think it's from
special.
you, Drew. Because
It's
you
from
went
you.
to New York.
Coming from New York, why do you gotta go to New York? New York is a haven, is a hot spot
Yeah,
for it.
New York. Everybody has it. Like
New York is the new
everyone-
Wuhan. New York is Wuhan, and that's it.
So anyway, hold on. One thing I did want to say though is Cynthia did close the shop a week earlier than the
Wow.
directives from the government said. Not because of any
And my
health or
sister,
safety.
my sister was like really the one who put her foot down with that.
Cynthia and her sister Tiff, they decided to close it a week early, not because they're super into health and safety, but because they're libertarians and they will not be told what to do with their business by the government. So they wanted to beat them to the punch.
Wow.
I don't know if people are aware of that. Cynthia Orr
Impressive.
I
one of the
honestly
most
feel like the
prominent-
government should
one
have
of the
done
most
it
prominent
then, too.
libertarians in Chinatown is Cynthia
I'm just
Orr
like,
and
why
her sister Tiff.
Why didn't they do it? Oh, shit,
Oh,
I
so
need to-
Cynthia, you're saying the government response is too late?
Yeah, because it was like we already knew 1 week before. Think of all the people that would have not gotten sick if they just
Wow.
closed.
I knew back in November. Back
Still, you
when
went to New York though. But you went to New
Oh
York.
yeah, Drew.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
knew
moved
I
to
knew
New York.
I knew back in November when they said
And then
that
stayed at your friend's place in Montreal.
this disease was
Wow.
spreading in
True.
I knew back then. Because as Amish, as you said, because I read the New York Times.
Yeah, you do read the New York Times, but man,
And I heard about it.
you went to New York though. No, it's fishy. It is fishy, but interesting that she's.
You think I'm a super spreader?
I don't think you're a super. I mean, you're coming from the hotbed though. You're coming from the
I
hotbed.
think you're like a mini spreader. I think you're definitely a mini spreader.
You're a Cynthia spreader, that's for sure. You spray. You got it on Cynthia, and that's proof. We got evidence of that
Guys, I
right
think
here.
my charger. What's that?
Get your
That's-
charger. I don't know if, for our listeners. I don't know if you've heard, but Cynthia's been eating throughout the recording of the show. Which a lot of you guys will email us, and you guys will say
Really?
not enough eating on the mic. We want to hear more slurping, more chomping, more biting.
No. We said.
more gurgling, and
It's polite.
we thought.
It's polite in some cultures.
Yeah, I
thought
think I think it's a good look, Cynthia. I think that people want to feel that sense of community, like they're having dinner with someone. Because think about the people that are alone. Slurp, slurp it up.
Yeah,
I'm with
give a
it.
nice slurp. Give a nice slurp into the mic there for our listeners.
There's no more soup. I drank all the soup. It's
Well, just
noodle.
slurp a noodle. You
Wow,
can slurp a noodle.
it's been pretty quiet though. Very impressive, Cynthia. Haven't heard a thing yet. You're a quiet eater.
Thank you. I also don't have a mic right here, so.
Yeah,
Just
no,
get
it's
right
working.
in there. Get right in there. Okay, we can hear the bowl. We can hear the spoon. Beautiful. Wow.
Drew, your mic is rubbing against your sweater though. Too.
She's
But just-
also
it's fine.
she's also a Foley artist. She's also a Foley artist.
So,
now
wait,
she's-
but Cynthia, you were telling us about TikTok. You had a TikTok
Are you,
story.
are you whispering?
Yeah, I was doing ASMR.
Oh, ASMR. People love ASMR.
Yeah, people love ASMR, and we're trying to hit some of that market too. Drew, let her eat. But Cynthia, what were you telling us about TikTok?
Oh, just that I was curious about what was going on in France. I don't know. TikTok's great because you can literally see what people are doing. But also, people are really bored right now and making great content.
Yeah.
So Amish, I don't know if you know this, Cynthia, but you and Amish share something in that you're both avid dancers. Okay, Cynthia. Cynthia does a lot of hip hop and pole dancing. Amish does a lot of what's it called, Amish?
Just Dance. It's called
Just
Just Dance.
Dance.
It's like this video
Amish does a
game.
lot of Just Dance. A video.
I do a
game
lot of
called
Just Dance. I was working on
is
a
it like
real dance.
DVR? It's like Dance Dance Revolution.
It is. It is just like that. Yep. And I force my nephews to play because one of my nephews, he's like a sports guy, and I'm like, no, mandatory dance time. Amish wants to dance, so I make.
And
him-
I've been trying to get Amish on TikTok to help cross promo the podcast with the dancing. Amish, what's been taking you?
Wait,
Uh,
won't you do it too?
I don't have the gift like Amish does though. Amish has
You
a
don't need a
very
gift.
Cynthia, I love to dance. I got.
Amish, you don't
You gotta have a
understand.
vibe. No, you guys
You have
gotta
to
do
see
it
this man
together.
dance. You have to
Everybody
see
does
this
them
man
together.
dance.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
all
do
about
it
You have to
together,
see
eh?
this man dance.
Yeah.
Cynthia. You have to see this man dance.
Cynthia, I dance good.
Good. Great.
Cynthia, I dance great. Cynthia, I dance great. I can't wait. You're right. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Cynthia, how do I get started on TikTok? What's the move here? I just open it up.
Well, first you have to download it.
I have it. I actually put up a great video with my nephew. Can I show it to you guys?
On
Is
TikTok?
that weird? Can I show it to you guys?
I don't. Well, we might not be able to see it. Also, this is an audio show, so
It is an audio show. Well, we did a little bit. Me and
showing
my
isn't the
nephew.
best.
Me and my
Showing
nephew did
isn't
a little
the
bit
best.
because he
Shut
loves
him
the song.
down.
And what's that, Cynthia?
I'm like, oh, Andrew, shut you down.
I know. Hey, Drew's so mean. He really is.
You're like your phone in your hand. You're like,
His friends message me like this guy's a punk. You know what I mean? But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, we did a great bit though. Me and my nephew, we did a bit where we were dancing to this song, and we would just like throw it to each other. But I put hashtag trying to drop the quarantine 15. But his dance, he's like skinny and little, jumping around. But my dance, I made it look like I was like more fat than I really am. I made it look like I was like all jiggly in it.
Well, Amisha's 350 pounds. I don't know if anyone's ever seen him.
Quarantine
but Amisha's
15, man. I've gained weight. I'm eating a lot of Kinder Surprises. Honestly, I've been eating like 2, 3 a day. If I'm being honest,
Well, you know, it's a great thing I've learned. If you start eating out of the pint of ice cream, because of the whole afraid of germs thing that it's going around, no one will eat that ice cream. That's your ice cream.
That's yours. Yeah.
So if you
True.
want to,
yeah,
if
you have
anyone,
you love your gelato.
I love a gelato. I got a pumpkin flavored gelato today. I'm very excited for
You
that.
said you
Never had
didn't
that
like
before.
you didn't like Italy that much. You love everything Italian. You mentioned spaghetti, gelato.
He's a French guy, I find.
I like
Yeah,
France.
he is more French, but he's also super Italian.
I live amongst Italians. I grew up around
He's
Italians.
a European guy. Yeah, he's got that European sensibility to him.
I grew
for
up
sure.
around Italians. You know.
Yeah.
But what can I say? I made a bucatini the other night. I'm actually not really a fan of spaghetti, and I hate vermicelli, might I say. And you might say that's more Vietnamese, and I'd say that's fine. But I'll tell you,
What about a banh mi? What about a banh mi?
I like a banh mi, but I think vermicelli, I don't like a noodle that is too thin. I like a little bit of density to my noodle. That's why I like a bucatini.
So you don't like the flat noodles? The flat vermicelli noodles? What if
What about
thick?
pad thai noodles?
Vermicelli noodles are like angel hair. Like, I guess you'd call it angel hair pasta.
It is.
No,
Yeah.
there's different kinds though. I feel like there's like the flat one too, right?
I don't think that's vermicelli though. Vermicelli is Italian.
it is.
Vermicelli is an Italian name.
When I buy it in a pack, it says vermicelli.
It says vermicelli, but is it Italian or is it Vietnam? Where is it from?
Vietnamese.
Vermicelli is Vietnamese, eh? Because it does have that Italian feel, like a vermicelli. It sounds like
The
Yeah, I
name is
feel
very
just-
Italian.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a colonial.
Probably 'cause
thing.
colonial,
Italian.
some colonial shit. Yeah.
It's probably Italian.
Did the Italians take over anywhere over there? I thought it was only French over there.
So maybe the French brought.
No,
Italian
but
shit.
you know the
Vermicelli.
Italians were known for the trading, right? Like the spice route and all that. They were big traders back in the day. So
Marco
I think
Polo.
that's why you have a lot of exchange
Yeah.
through the Silk Road and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. The culture's mixed. It's interesting. We're going into a shift in the world again, though, and it feels like a time in history almost. It feels like we could. Some places might like. How bad do you guys think this corona could get? You think some places will reset? You think we'll go back to like some places are going to go back medieval a little bit?
Well, they're worried about like what's happening in India right now because there's a lot of internet restrictions there, so people aren't able to get much information. And there's been leaks to the press about certain neighborhoods across India that are like more Muslim population where there's been a coronavirus outbreak. Complete lockdown on those neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Shut down.
I saw.
Like
I saw on TikTok too. There were like soldiers or like police or something with guns, and then there's just
That's
like,
on
TikTok?
people, and they're like running after them, and everyone runs inside and they hide.
Yeah.
It's like they're literally just like shooting, or I don't know if they would shoot them, but they had guns, you know. Like,
But Cynthia, on TikTok, was there music to it?
no.
Okay, good. Okay. So
I know,
TikTok,
that's
you can
why-
just put it.
Yeah. It was people
No,
running
actually,
away from
TikTok's doing a
soldiers
really
to
good
the
job. TikTok's doing
It
a
was
really
people-
good job
it was-
spreading awareness of
Yeah.
COVID. Like, so everything that you hashtag with coronavirus or whatever,
Yeah.
there's like a little learn more button at the
Wow.
bottom of every TikTok, and you click it, and then like who has a TikTok that like has like things that people like speeches or whatever, like pieces of information that people like have.
I'm
And then there's,
interested
like,
to
a
hear
whole-
that.
There's all these like facts that they tell you, like your pet can't get like coronavirus, all this. All
Yeah.
these facts.
Oh, okay, but hold on, Cynthia. Can I just say, from what you've been seeing on TikTok, it's like information about the virus itself, but not really about like political unrest or anything like that. Because TikTok's a Chinese company, so
No, nothing political. It's just like
yeah. Because I'd be
basically
surprised
who-
if that was the case.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I
TikTok is
did
Chinese, eh?
TikTok is Chinese. Another thing I saw is people
My
trying to get
parents
out of
had it before. Like anyone I know did.
your parents are on the cutting edge. What can we say?
Wow.
People who have been trying to get out of Hubei province in China. There was actually video of this ran in the Globe and Mail this weekend. Were stopped on the bridge by armed forces, saying that they couldn't get. There was actually like rioting. Like people were rioting. China, not a country known for its rioting, outside of Hong Kong, more recently.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of like social unrest that's coming with this that we're already starting to see.
Interesting that it's the opposite of in like here. Here it's like everyone can't stay inside. There it's just like everybody is extra paranoid getting in. Well, it's like the opposite issue.
Here, like we have such a small population and everyone's being so good. Like if you go for a walk here, nobody gives a shit. Like nobody's going around in Canada saying like go home. It's really the crowds that we got to worry about, and there are no crowds. People are just going for a walk.
There are like I've heard of some quarantine parties, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean those aren't safe.
They don't give a shit. The young people are doing it. They're so lonely. They can't handle it.
It's not. I feel like it's just ignorant. I don't think it's like lonely. It's just like it's just ignorant. I think it's.
Is this your way of saying you're not coming to my quarantine party? Is it like if you can just RSVP to the email not attending? You don't have.
I think it's very irresponsible that some people would do that, Drew. Yeah.
Well, my quarantine party scheduled for May of 2022. So it's really
no
far
excuses.
Away. Throwback.
Far away.
I might be booked for something. I don't know. I'll get back to you. Quarantine party. Yes. Today I saw Tory Lanez. You guys know Tory Lanez, the rapper?
Yes.
So Tory Lanez, he's doing this great thing for the community where he starts his Instagram video and then different strippers from around America will call in and strip. But they'll just do their dance on it. But they'll keep their clothes on technically, but they'll dance. And it is quite entertaining. And every time they start dancing, like they have a DJ.
You've been enjoying that, Amish? You've been enjoying that.
DJ. They have a DJ. And the DJ is just playing something going, quarantine.
You've enjoyed that.
Every time, like when the girl did the splits, because these girls were really good dancers, and they're bouncing on their splits. Like that's how hard they're hitting their splits. Every time they hit the splits like that, this guy would go, quarantine. Bam, 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 bam. Like it was pretty hype. It was pretty hype. I was very excited. 140,000 too. They hit 140,000.
Well, you know what? A lot of strip clubs have been really hit by this. You know what I mean?
On his live,
on his live, and he let the stripper, the dancers link to their Stripe account so they could get some money. So Tory Lanez, shout out to Tory Lanez.
Well, can I just say, Amish, can I just say,
honestly,
what's that?
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
Okay, let me just say this.
Supporting businesses.
A lot of people have said.
Supporting businesses, not letting these fat kids walk all over us. But go ahead, Drew.
A lot of people have said, okay, that some of the hardest hit businesses have been the strip clubs. Okay, some of the hardest hit businesses across the world right now have been our strip clubs.
And who's doing that service?
Are you saying that? I can't tell if this is a joke.
No, it's true. It's true. Our strip clubs have been hurt, and people say, use that $2,000 from the government to pay your rent. I'm saying, sit on that money. Your landlord can wait. That money needs to go into our dancers' pockets. Okay.
Yes.
We need to support our dancers.
Finally, you said something good, Drew, today.
Listen.
Support the stripping community. Support the sex
I'm a man of principles, and I think that our dancers need our support.
No, the cam girls are cleaning up. The cam girls are clean, and a lot of these strippers are becoming cam girls.
But just because you're good at dancing, doesn't mean that translates to camming necessarily.
Hey, it's just like how these late night hosts are becoming YouTubers now.
But let's just say this, for example, Amish, you're a great dancer. Yeah. You're horrible on a webcam, though. I just got to say it right now.
Okay. But on TikTok, they got the filters to clean me up, you think?
Well, I think they're good, though. I feel like the dancers are good. Because, think about it. All these guys in quarantine, just like...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just like the number of people that like even hit you up if you're single to like quarantine together. I just think it's like...
Oh, yeah.
I think they're doing fine. I think there is a big market for them right now.
Cynthia, I even got an offer. I got an offer.
Oh yeah.
To quarantine and show?
To quarantine and show, yeah. You get offers, and you gotta say, I think it's dangerous.
I think I have COVID, so I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
My
don't
offer came with like I might have COVID, like totes DTF, but might have COVID. She did say she also had COVID. It was like before. She was like totes DTF, but might have it. And then she said like a monkey face doing this, like something like that.
Do you think people are gonna start having sex with hazmat suits on? Is that the world we're headed to?
Body condoms.
You think people are gonna wrap themselves in cellophane before they get it on?
I want to see a condom this big,
Or
and then
just
I
wear
want to
a
put it over
mask.
my head and all the way down, dude. That's it.
What do you think? Do you think this is? I actually have a theory that this is going to be really good for the glory hole industry, actually, because there's a lot of there's a barrier between you, right?
Is that an
Yeah.
industry?
Yeah, the glory hole industry. They've fallen on hard times,
The glory hole.
but they're ready to make a comeback.
Glory hole is gonna make a comeback. I think webcam is the hot shit right now for the
I
foreseeable future.
actually
I
went
think
to middle
webcam girls are
school.
gonna be cleaning up right now, and they're
I
gonna be
went to-
seeing a lot of competition coming into the market.
I went to middle school with a guy whose dad would go around the province cutting glory holes in different establishments. That was his
Yeah?
job.
Did
Yeah,
he sand down the edges? The key is sanding down the
hated it?
edges.
He would sand down the edges. He always had a protractor.
Yeah.
And he had a pencil, and
Okay.
then he had a saw, and
Yeah.
he would.
Oh my god.
And he was an independent contractor, but he said, after NAFTA, that job was really a lot harder to make work because they were exporting a lot of the glory hole manufacturing.
Yeah. Well, and then you see the spike in splinters in splinters.
There was a spike in splinters.
Spike in
Yeah,
splinters.
so this might be good for the glory hole business. Who knows? We'll see.
They're gonna make a comeback. I think webcam. I think love in general is gonna make a comeback. I think people were too
Love?
distant. Yeah, I think so. And I like that you typed your name.
Alienation is like. Sorry.
What's that?
Like alienation is like less of a thing.
Like people are feeling lonely right now, and it's almost like it's Scrooge, where it's like remember this with Scrooge, it's like he's being mean to everyone, and then one day they're like, okay, you're gonna die now, and nobody cares about it, and he's like, okay, I'll be nice to people. That's happening to the culture.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
You
We're all separate. We're in
All
quarantine
dying.
as a community, but we're gonna come out of this quarantine and we're gonna bang,
So okay,
right?
well, I don't know about that.
Yo,
'Cause-
spring
'cause-
fever's gonna hit hard.
Because at first you made it sound like actual like really loving relationships are gonna be cultivated, but now you're like it's gonna be fucking in the streets, baby.
Then everyone's gonna
Fuck
snap.
this.
We're gonna be fucking. We're gonna be fucking. I gotta go to Creeps. I'm going to Creeps because I'm fucking. God damn it. Yeah.
You're gonna say the whole world's gonna become a wet market.
No.
The whole world's gonna become a wet market.
It's
They're
all
gonna be
wet.
slipping and sliding,
Oh,
slipping and sliding.
hey, woo, woo. I can't wait.
Woo.
I can't wait, dude. And especially if, man, I don't know, like just people are gonna come back. It's gonna be emotionally. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be. We're building tension. It's like
I think that people are not gonna know how to interact. I think everyone's gonna become like very socially awkward after this.
No, because
No.
everyone's been like talking on like
yes.
FaceTime. Everyone's.
I know, but not
FaceTiming.
in person. So then when you're in person and you're like, what's
Yeah,
someone
but
again?
you know
You're like,
what?
oh, wait, how does this work?
FaceTime is
happens?
actually more intimate than like
Yeah.
talking in a group because you're literally like it's you and one person at one time always.
What's gonna happen
and
to
can I say
shaking
this, though?
hands? What's gonna happen to shaking hands? And more importantly, for people in
I've made a new one. You want to see this?
in Latin cultures, are we gonna be kissing on the cheek anymore?
Nah, they ain't be
Are we
kissing.
gonna
No,
be
that's
kissing on
over.
the cheek
Gonna
anymore?
be kissing.
No more kissing on the cheek. But
Then handshakes are gone.
I saw another actor today.
Wow.
I saw another. Oh, the bow could come back. The bow is sexy. It's a good move. But I saw another actor today, and I was like, and we
Yeah, I know about
did a
that.
part, and I was like, oh, this is it.
I mean,
And that's
again,
it.
this is an audio.
I wrapped my. I basically gave my bear hug. Like we both bear hugged
You
ourselves.
air
You
hugged
can hear the
yourself.
wind. You can
Yeah,
hear the
yeah.
wind.
You air hugged yourself.
But I think
Nice.
I think we are going to see people. Hey, okay, Cynthia, Drew. You know how Drew rips it on me, and he doesn't trust me when I say this. But when I'm out and about right now, like if I have to go to go get groceries, whatever, people are very chatty with me. I can strike up a distance, not getting
Right.
close, but I'll be just getting some chocolate. And I'll be like, I'm eating a lot of chocolate, and then someone from over there will be like, yeah, me too. It's okay. It's COVID. It's okay. And then we just have like a quick moment.
Yeah, everyone's more like community oriented. I feel that.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
they're
Right.
more, yes, and they're just like
Well, it's because you're walking around talking out loud, going, "I'm eating a lot of chocolate," and then you're kind of you're inviting conversation more so.
Yeah.
You're like doing like a
Lily told me a
monologue, like you
story.
pick up a Kinder Egg and you're like, "Boy, am I eating a lot of chocolate."
I'm doing
And you're
jokes
looking
from
around.
distance. I'm doing distance jokes because my attitude is if I don't give the corona, if I'm distant, that's okay, but I still got to do my job, and that's get the laughs. So if I'm out and about, I'll drop a joke on someone. I did a good joke the other day. Like some guy was
Big of
stocking
you.
chips, and I was like, and he's like, they're all gone, and I'm like, yeah, everyone's just going crazy, like they're gonna buy it all, and then we're all gonna be fat. And he was like, yeah, I don't remember what the joke I did was, but I did a really
Oh
good
my
joke.
God.
That was a
I gotta
horrible
tell you a
joke.
crazy story. Here's a crazy story. I went to go buy finger sandwiches today. Okay. I
Okay.
was at the grocery store and I saw that they had finger sandwiches, and I was like,
Yeah.
I want to get some of those because maybe I want a finger sandwich.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Okay, get a load of this. For a pack of finger sandwiches, $20.
Wow.
That's
Grocery
a
store.
gouge.
Price gouging.
That's a gouge.
How many fingers? I mean, how many finger sandwiches and which store?
This was at What a Bagel.
Okay.
And
Okay,
it was like a little plastic.
Can we get a confirmation on what the price of these sandwiches was pre-quarantine? Because I think that
I want to know.
Wait, hold on.
I
So
wanna
What a
get to the
Bagel is
bottom.
an essential business.
It's like a food. It's like groceries and food and stuff.
They have a lot of groceries at What a Bagel. The new one on
Okay.
St. Clair is very sexy. But they
Yeah.
probably just don't let you sit there. Like Mabel's on St. Clair was open the last time I checked, but you can't sit in there.
Okay, these are local businesses in Toronto, by the way. Mabel's.
Local business Toronto on St. Clair.
Specifically on St. Clair. Yeah.
Hey, you
We have,
mentioned
we
What
have
a
an
Bagel.
international audience. We have an
You mentioned
international
What a Bagel.
audience.
See what I go through, Cynthia? But What a Bagel. What a Bagel's open. I think we need to get to the bottom of like how much are these bagels pre and during quarantine prices, because I think a lot of people are going to come out. I can't believe Doug Ford just ripped it on Pusateri's. You see that?
Yeah, good. Because what were they charging for Lysol?
What
were they
happened?
charging? Pusateri's is a grocery store chain in Toronto for our
Yeah,
listeners,
I
by
know
the way.
Pusateri's.
Yes, Pusateri's is a grocery store
For our
chain
listeners.
owned by a family, right? Family business.
Yeah.
And I guess they were charging like $30 for wipes, like $30 for hand sanitizer, something like that. And Doug Ford actually
For what Lysol wipes? For Lysol wipes.
for Lysol wipes. And Doug Ford went on TV and said, "How dare Pusateri's? Just at a time like this, how could they do this?" And he ripped them. And then they had to they
It is a scummy thing to do. It is scummy.
It is scummy. It's like as if only the rich are allowed to have Lysol wipes.
Has Creeps been price gouging? Is Creeps price gouging, or should I take
Creeps
that off
closed.
my law?
Creeps closed.
No,
No.
Creeps is selling stuff online, but are you price gouging?
Yeah, we're selling stuff online, but we're kind of like running low on certain items.
Okay.
We've had to raise the price?
No, we
gouge?
didn't raise the price.
Can I ask you a question though? Any sexy masks? Any like sexy mask looks? Because I think if
You know
I had
what?
a
All our
mask,
masks sold out like a while ago, and then when
Yeah.
COVID hit, they really
it's over.
But there's one that someone consigns that's like made of like this quilt blanket with like a reflective strip.
Wow.
I think there's
I
but
was
it's not
kinda asking-
online. Yeah.
That's sick. I'll check it out. I was kind of asking as a joke, but that's so cool that you have that.
Yeah, we had masks for a long time. A lot of people asked us, like, "Oh, you guys have masks?" I'm really sorry, we're sold out. Because, like, I guess we always sold masks, so people like
Wow.
associate
Yeah, you
us
guys are
with it.
selling
But
masks
like,
before anybody. You
I mean,
were early to the mask game.
oh yeah, we're the only people in Toronto who ever sold masks.
You were early? No, but you were selling designer masks.
Yeah, sexy masks.
You were selling fashion masks.
Where's the Calvin Klein mask? Does Calvin Klein have?
They were an N95. They were an N95 and they weren't NIOSH approved, but they were good. They looked good. You want to give the details for the store for our listeners?
Creeps.love. Check it out.
Creeps
I don't
Love
really
online.
feel like I really said much about it, but we sell
On
clothes,
Okay. Yeah. On Instagram, what's your Instagram handle?
accessories, some sterling silver stuff,
Sick.
pretty fair prices.
No price gouging.
Yeah, we're pretty nice. We don't want to we don't try to rip people off.
They're nice gouging. They're not price gouging. They're nice gouging. Look at that.
Creeps.love. Check it out.
Creeps.love. Okay, and your IG handle? How do we find you on Instagram?
Creeps Worldwide _.
Creeps Worldwide _. Okay, we'll
Wow.
link to that in the episode bio.
Oh, so
for
someone else
everybody.
already had Creeps Worldwide. You got the underscore one. That's fine.
Yeah, someone did with like 1 follower.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
that guy sounds like a creep. He sounds like a real
That's-
creep, to be
You
honest.
know what? He
Tried to
wasn't doing
message
it.
them, but they just never responded. I feel like it's just like a robot or something.
What a creepy thing to do.
Creeps Worldwide.
Um,
What a guy.
Amish, you want to plug anything?
Just follow my Instagram right now. I'm still figuring out my life, but there's no shows. So yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm putting up videos all the time. I'm trying to put up more videos, but I'm putting up videos all the time. And
what's your Instagram handle?
At Fade to Brown.
Okay.
We'll have a link to that in the description. And yeah, that's it. I was nominated for a Canadian Screen Award. Don't just miss the gala. It was a couple of days ago.
So I have a quick question though before we go.
Sure.
Quarantine goals.
Quarantine goals?
Yeah. What are your quarantine goals?
So I've been growing out a mustache. I want that to come out thick.
Right.
But I want me to come out thin. I want my mustache to come out thick, but I want me to come out of this thin. Okay? So those are kind of my goals right now.
Are you working out?
Mustache, thin body. I've been doing my 10-minute abs, and I've been skipping.
Oh, yeah, you said you bought a skip rope. Skipping's actually very tiring.
Yeah, I skip every day.
I've been doing Just Dance quite regularly. Just Dance, but I want to make a schedule. Just Dance, hey man, work up a sweat.
It's good exercise. I'm sure that's really
It's a great exercise and good video for Instagram. I'll send you one.
Yeah,
please
better
do.
than any other video game, I guess, in terms of like exercise.
Yeah, no other video game really has exercise, but Just Dance, so fun. And I tag them.
Okay, sick. And I just want to plug the podcast's Instagram if you guys want to follow us at Understanding Pod. You can find us on IG at Understanding Pod. Cynthia Orr, thank you so much for coming on the show, doing your thing. Hey, Mish, 3 guests, all women of color. Have you noticed that? We got a little bit of theme going on.
We all women of color, and we talked over all of them a lot. But that's
we
fine.
talked over every last one of them, and that's part of our brand. That's part of our brand.
I was expecting it, so I was like, I gotta fight.
We like to highlight women of color, and we like to highlight that we're louder than them. Okay,
that's another thing. Giving them giving them a hard time for eating while we talk over them. That's great. I mean, I think people are gonna love that. It's great.
Well, as a rule, don't eat on a podcast. But hey, it is what it is. We're living in 2020. The world's ending.
2020.
Quarantine vibes.
Yeah, it's quarantine vibes. Thank you so much,
I didn't even know it was gonna be visual. I was not prepared.
Well, it's mostly audio, but if you want to find us on YouTube, find us on YouTube. Anyway, Cynthia, thank you so much. This has been Let's Come to an Understanding.
Let's come to an understanding. Let's come to an understanding. Let's come to an understanding. Let's come to an understanding. Let's come to an understanding. Let's come to an understanding.